Back to another episode of Star Trek Online. Yeah. So today we're going to be doing another how-to. Of course, I believe this is kind of like the finale of the how-to series because, unfortunately, despite Pilot getting the love it deserves, it's still not my favorite, and I will not do that because I don't know anything about pilot ships, nor will I ever. Because I don't want to. Unless I get the Demios Pilot Destroyer. Anyways. So, with that being said, let's begin. So, apparently, I haven't uploaded for the last couple of days because I recently got a job. I had to switch jobs, actually, and I had to change my availability, so... Of course, with all that not being in the military and I have to juggle college, I'm pretty much only able to live stream on the weekends, maybe? I'm not sure. Because I guess I posted once in a blue moon. By the way, I love this noise. I don't know why, but I like it. Anywho. So, of course, I am using my main, which is the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser. And this is a promo ship. This is actually a ship that I did not want to get. Many of you probably think, oh, but you love the Universe class ship. You love big ships. Oh my god. I got news for you. I don't like it. I do not like this ship. And coming to think about it, I don't love this ship. Because, despite being a temple ship, I love big capital ships. I really do. But of course, over times I've gone by and I'm probably pretty meh about the ship. I don't like it because it's not really my favorite ship design despite it being a capital ship. I like the Valkyries because I love the Romulan aesthetic. I love the Romulan themes and stuff. I just wish carriers got more help so that way I can use my Rounded Air support carrier and I can pretty much just smash my way through enemies, which I'd love to always do. But because carriers haven't gotten any love recently, and because the pilot revamp and stuff like that got some love but not carriers, it makes me pretty sad that carriers don't really get as much love as they should. Because carriers, they look cool. And this ship is kind of like a carrier. Well, this ship is kind of like a carrier because it has two hangar bays. Look, see? Got two. Two goody ones. And that's pretty much why I like it. Because it's the two hangar bays, and it's a big ship. Other than that, I would have just picked something else. Which I probably will. But, of course, the next event campaign prize I'm getting is the Valkyries, because I originally wanted that ship, but little did I know that I couldn't put Romulan drone ships, but now that you can, now I really want it. I really do want it. For goodness sake. But, anyways, oh my goodness, there is a lot of Lexingtons here. Yeah, I won't be able to get enough kills to actually show you guys the full power of this ship. But I don't really need to because, of course, if that's going to happen, destructive things can happen. Nonetheless, let's begin. Enough of my ranting. Let's go. Alright, so temporal ships, they're good, right? Of course, they always focused on kinetic damage, no matter what the hell it is. Well, this is a heal. This is just to remove debuffs over time. Because, of course, like, for example, Borg, for example, they have plasma torpedoes and they have shield drain. That crap, I can just press this thing and, of course, poof, it's gone. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And that's something I do all the time whenever I'm playing, that stupid thing that has me sitting there waiting for some minutes and then I'm just on my phone, possibly, doing those kinds of stuff because, I'm probably on my phone talking to my girlfriend because, well, the TFO, it's too easy in my case, so that's my reason. It's too easy. I can just have my fighters obliterate everything because this is pretty much a carrier. It's a hybrid carrier and I guess kinetic build for some reason. I just slapped cannons on there because of the debuff. that they give on there, the debuff to disruptor damage and the negative 20 damage resistance rating for 30 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times, which is pretty insane and ridiculous. Of course, I would recommend the Spiral Waves. I would recommend the Spiral Waves overall over anything I could ever ask for, because they're 10 times as stronger than the Coalition Disruptors. As you can see, they have more DPS because they have a hidden proc on them that can deal both phaser and disruptor damage, which makes it even better. And of course, if you don't have either of the two, I recommend the Lachi. If you don't have that, I recommend the Colony. If not that, then I recommend this thing. If that's not the case, then I would recommend... Oh no, I have a lot of cannons on here. I would just probably recommend the Pulse Phasers. If that's not the case, then I just go with some beams or something. Whatever you can slap on your ship. It just makes as long as it can kill, that's all that matters. As long as it can kill you before you're dead, that's pretty much all that matters. Nothing else matters in the end of the day, at the end of the day. So if you come to think about it, of course this ship can be used as a torp build, and I dislike torp builds so damn much. Despite them doing a lot of DPS on it, like crushing DPS records like crazy, I don't care. I don't like using torpedoes a lot. I mean, I have the Dark Matter Quant torpedo, and that's okay. Because, of course, it has that thing where it can, you know, make people disappear without them exploding. But, of course, it's the strongest torpedo I have. Or at least in the game. So, of course, there's the... I think it's not this one, but it's another one. It's probably in one of the ships I slapped on there because I'm running out of space. But of course, second to that is a Delta Alliance torpedo. But other than that, it can be used as a torpedo build because the command seating, you can add concentrate firepower 3, which makes it rapid torpedo, high yield, and shit like that. It's a pretty cool build. You could pretty much fit any build you want into this thing. And that's something I have tried several times. I have failed. But of course, I believe I have changed the specializations, which is why my ship can last a lot more longer, 10 times longer than a fight. But of course, that's a sacrifice because I won't be doing as much damage. But I have recursive fury for that. Anyways, moving on. The build that I have here is a unconventional systems build, which means I can use my universal consoles a lot more. So that means more consoles, and of course, more universal consoles, more DPS. Fair play. So at the end of the day, you have, I believe you have the following. You have gravity well, scramble sensors, trap beam. Well, this is not part of it, but it's a heal that removes debuffs over time, which is insanely cool. So, you have Heisenberg Amplifier, teleports people. It's annoying, teleport people, because especially when I have the gravity well on them and I can just mow them down, and all of a sudden they're just scrambled all over the place. I'm like, okay, now I gotta pick them off one by one. Hate that, but it works. Timeline collapse, a temporal version of the gravity well, which it's even better. And recursive sharing. This is the strongest temporal ability in the game right now. And of course, if you have this slapped with gravity well, it does insane amount of damage. No matter what the hell you say, it's insane. It's crazy in my case. And most people don't really know that it is crazy. Anyways, so here you have charge particle burst. It doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it doesn't do anything. But it's a good clicky. I like that. And jam targeting sensors. Now this does something when it comes to dealing with the Borg, because Borg tactical Q
are transitioning to our universe. Head to their locations to stop them.
Oh.
The mirror universe bases are activating. We have 10 minutes to drive back as many as possible.
Sounds like a them problem. Anyway, jam targeting sensors. So, of course, it jams targets, but of course, it or crits until you deal 11,000 damage, which to me is pretty short, but at least it gets the tractor beams off of you. To be honest though, Borg tractor beams are do butthurt damage, especially when they have plasma bolts coming at you like crazy. So, of course, you have jam targeting sensors. Does some good, sometimes not. And of course for this I have minimal engineering. I have reversal polarity to make me immune to whatever damage it pretty much absorbs. It absorbs incoming fire. So that's why I love reversal polarity so much. So if it goes up to 3, you're basically unkillable. And emergency powered engines, of course, the reason why I have this is not because I want more speed. I could technically just modify my ship to win a race. Let me go right here. There's a reason why I have it. And it's this guy. So, of course, let me read this to you. Activating emergency powered engines causes a massive recharge on evasive maneuvers to be drastically reduced. So, it basically cools it down to 0. Watch this. And there you go. See? Pretty cool, huh? And that's because I don't have competitive impulse engines. And speaking of which, I kind of swapped those two. So, of course, it's kind of different from my build. It's to help the gravity well and stuff like that. It's to help it do and increase more damage. And plus, not to mention, this is kind of a better shield than the... Actually, I might beg to differ. Because, you know, the Disco shield does a lot more. But, in a sense, it's the 2-piece that counts. Pretty much. And the 2-piece here is the House Mokai Science. Which, fuck the damage resistance rating. But the exotic damage critical. So the exotic damage means, like, for example, gravity well, this thing, that thing, and this thing. This thing, and this thing. So it helps with all of those. Not this thing. This thing, it's cool, but yeah. Tactical. I have Cannon Scatter Volley 1 and I think it's, oh god, I can't read. Chemotice Lace Weaponry. And I just slapped this on there because I have nothing else to put on there. If I did, I would have actually had Torpedo Spread, but that wouldn't really be cool. No, not really. As for the traits, I'm not going to go through the personal space traits. Actually, I'm going to go through one, which is why I have this build on here, and which is why I'm using this ship, and that's unconventional systems. It gives, of course, using the control bridge officer ability gives 7% recharge to universal consoles. Now, 7% is a lot. It is big. There's no way to explain how big, but it's frickin' fucking big. And, of course, Intelligence Taché, every time on a critical strike, it, recharges captain ability recharge by 2%. It's not much, but it does good because of course I have a lot of crit chance, so that's why I have it. So my stuff can recharge twice as fast. So that's why I don't matter much. That's why I don't really change this stuff. Secret command codes. It helps against Borg tractor beams. That's the only reason why. So it resists, confuse, disable, hold, platate. Yeah. So anything that prevents my ship from moving, well, aside the very slow turn rate that could take up to days to turn, which is why I like it so much. But of course it gives off hit points for 10 seconds, which is cool, but it prevents the ship, it keeps the ship moving. It just keeps the ship moving, and it also prevents like things from going offline, like shields and all this stuff. It protects me from that as well. All the stuff you have to get from a lockbox. And you have to get that from a lockbox too. It's from Section 31 lockbox, but you can just open a random lockbox for like, what, $20 or something, and then you can just get that thing from the get-go. Or you can just go to Exchange and you can find it, but it's gonna cost you an arm, a leg, and a left nutsack. If you have a nutsack. And if you're a female, then left titty. Hive defense, every time I'm hit, summon swarmers. Enlighten, bonus exotic damage. Make it go, it's too damn crazy. It's fucking nuts. I cannot explain nuts to you anymore. Wing Commander, 100% XP for my pets. Makes them a lot stronger in battle. Good day to die. To reduce the cooldown, to, of course, to make this the way it is. You see this? I'm pretty much sure this, like this, God, how do I put this? It's no longer restricted. I can use this whenever I want to. No one's gonna stop me. Not even you. Repair crews, damage resistance rating, and first unusual places, 50% cooldown on distress calls. So as you can see, I have a, oh, not wrong wheel. I have a fuck ton of distress calls, like 1, 2, well, if I can find a beacon of Kalis, that counts as 3.
Make repairs.
And shut up. And this 4 and 5 Delta Squadron something. I don't know. I think I have it. I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't care. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. These 3. I can summon these whenever I want to. So yeah, that kind of makes a lot of summoning. Alright, the build itself. Coalition Disruptors, as I said earlier in the video, 20%, negative 20 damage resistance of disrupted damage. This is insane, because as your hull decreases, it does up to 200% damage. This thing, it does, of course, it's... I only use the first 2 piece, nothing more. But it's a strong torpedo. So it does some dark matter physical damage, which is cool. And of course, it adds 2 stacks to critical strike. It's a cool torpedo. Not much explained. Cannons in the back. These are spiral wave because I have nothing else to slap on it. Like, I don't have any more coalition disruptors, and I don't need any more. These are kind of like backups to do some damage. This thing, I don't really. The devices, the only thing I care about is this, which is 25% power levels for 20 seconds. This thing, I don't care. And these 2, I just use it for the carrier, just for the theme. Because at the end of the day, it's Space Barbie. That's pretty much the end game. And I'm not really a PvP player. Like if I wanted to do PvP, that's what the mirror warship is for. That is specifically what it's designed to do. It is designed to break people and make them so demoralized that they want to quit the game entirely. Put it that way. That is what the mirror warship is designed. It's a monster. It's a damn monster. So, and pretty much the only time I do PvP is if somebody wants to fight me, or somebody pretty much has some kind of beef with me, which in Star Trek Online it is rare to the point where I don't even get angry. The only time I get angry is when somebody does something dumb. Like, okay, if I were to... Okay, I got this enemy. You steal my kill. I'm pissed off now because you stole my stuff. But I'm not going to be pissed for long because, of course, I doubt that I'll see them again. There's like so much players in Star Trek Online. It's impossible to see them again.
All 3 bases have been forced back. Excellent work.
Oh, for free? Awesome. Alright. Protomatter field projector.
Large force of Terran ships inbound. They must be making a final push. All ships assemble to present a united front against the Terran forces.
Anyway, of course I have these guys for disruptor damage, and plus they do rapid fire. I didn't realize that, but they do rapid fire. Of course, it's either that or the Alliance Fighter Squadrons, which of course, if you have superior aerial denial from the Mirror Strike Wing Escort, which you have to spend another $200, I'm not planning on doing that. But hey, if you got the money, these will be good for you. Of course, you got Focus Assault 3, but hey, that's another story to tell someone else. For someone else to tell, I guess. Mirror Universe shuttles. These are the best shuttles in the game, nonetheless, because they have Beam Overload and Tracked Beam 3. But that's cool. I only use these because they have rapid fire on them. And quantum torpedoes. And dual heavy cannons. Yeah. Protomatter field projector. It does some hull healing and shield restoration. That's the only reason why I use it. I pretty much, if somebody was dying, I would let them, like, if somebody in the team was dying, I'd let them die, because that's a lesson to teach them. Like, get better gear in the game, buddy. I'm pretty much sure there's enough in the story for you to get better gear in the game. This is, of course, this is from the Lucari science vessel. This was from the first Lucari science vessel, my first tier 6 ship that I got in the game. After so many years of flying that damn assault cruiser, which saved my butt countless times. So, I'm not really complaining much. But, it's the first tier 6 ship in the game. I love this console. I so goddamn love it. Anyways, next one, Protomatter Field Programmable Matter Projectors from the, whatchamacallit. I believe it is from the, oh my gosh, I cannot remember. It is from the Emerald Chain Intel Juggernaut. That's where it's from. So, it's from there. That is another one. That is another $200 you gotta spend. Yes, I spend a lot on this game. Screw you if you don't like it. But, of course, I do a crap ton of kinetic damage. A crap ton of physical damage. And it does it over 15 seconds. This one is just for hangar pets. That's the only reason why I do it. This stuff is trash. I wouldn't really get it unless you're running a carrier. This stuff is, I guess it's also trash? I can't really tell. But it does 63 all damage resistance. It's a damage resistance console, which is what makes it cool. This thing is a tactical console. It helps the torpedo, as you can see. Right here. Helps that thing. Does some crit chance over time, and it stacks up to 25. Once you're out of combat, you lose that crap, so pretty sad. I mean, if you have a lot of critical chance, then you can easily get that back. Can you? The cutting tractor beam. This thing is unique. It is unique because it has collective technology. So, everything that you see before you has collective technology. This thing has collective technology. This thing has collective technology. This thing has collective technology, which is my favorite console in the world right now. This thing has collective technology. This thing has collective technology, even though it's built in. That's not. Let's see what else. This has it. And this has it. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Speaking of which, my favorite console, my second favorite now, which is the Graviton Displacer Mini Gravity Well. It applies collective technology. Same. But, of course, it provides tactical readiness, starship hull penetration. Two things I give less of a crap about. It's a thing that helps me, like, grab enemies in front of me while just obliterating them with another weapon. So, that makes it pretty cool. This thing is for hangar pets. It buffs your, of course, it does 30% critical chance for 20 seconds. It plateates foes. Makes them confused. Long story short, that's what plateate means, in case you want to know. But of course, it resets the hangar bay recharge time, and it does 20% critical chance for you and your allies for 5 seconds. I don't really want to give them that because, you know, I'm a greedy bastard. This is built into the ship, the energy distributor accelerator. This is direct energy damage, which of course I just knew just now. And of course, this works on the spinal lance, on the gravitic lance, built into the ship. This is the only reason why I have it, because it makes that thing a one-shot. The hull image refractor is useless. Well, not entirely, I take that back. It does 20% all damage, it cloaks your ship, and of course, while your ship is cloaked, it restores your hull. So in case you're at 50%, just cloak, heal, decloak, and resume fire. It's not a bad console because, of course, every time you're firing the weapon, or every time you're firing a weapon, of course, it does damage instead of healing you. It goes the other way around. And if you're damaged, it heals instead of doing damage. It's the other way around. Hyper-focused tyranny arrays, otherwise I call it the damn Death Star array. This thing, I like this thing. I mean, it's a huge debuff laser, which is why I call it the Death Star array. It's not a one-shot like from A New Hope, where just one boom planet and it's gone. But of course, the 75% all damage, negative damage resistance rating, that's freaking nuts. And there's no way of explaining how nuts that thing is. And plus, it prevents people from moving. So basically, I guess they're screwed. Yeah. This one is from the. Okay, so I guess these consoles, I have to explain them to you. I guess I already told about these two. This one's from Lockbox. That one you have to get from the Shran, $30 ship. That one you have to get from the Jirac Alliance carrier. You'll never get it if you miss it. It's an event ship, so if you miss it, you'll never get it ever again. The energy distributor accelerator, 26th century ship, which is the universe, the Valkyries, and the Duragach. I hate Klingon ships. Actually, I take that back. I highly take that back, because I own a ship already that's Klingon and I like it already. It's too long. It's too long. I hate it. It's too long. Anywho, Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser, this bad boy. Hull refractive images, that's a Lockbox. The hyper-focusing tyranny arrays, I got that from a Klingon ship because, of course, I like green and I like Star Wars. I know, I'm starting to become heavily addicted to it. Shut up. It's okay. I mean, it doesn't do damage, but it debuffs an enemy, which is why I call it the Death Star. And plus, it looks like a Death Star laser. Who could not want it? And this I got from the Clark. This is a Genesis Seed.
The Terran forces have been pushed back.
This is the Genesis Seed. It does some radiation damage, does some shield drain, and it's not. I guess it makes up.
Take a little time to regroup before they come back.
Yeah, no shit. They obliterated everything, as I told you. If you put two Lexingtons in the same room, what do you think is gonna happen? Anyway, this is the Genesis Seed. Makes a big planet. It makes a big planet. It goes kaboom. And up here, once it goes kaboom, it does 36k damage, which is not a lot in my opinion, but it works. It works. As long as it works, I don't care. I try to replace it with the, of course, I would recommend this and this. I would recommend anything other than this. Many people say it's good. I don't care. It's bad. But I have it because of the theme. As far as Starship traits, directed dilithium burn, it wipes out everything. Calm before the storm, it does some fire cycle haste. Inside tactical matrices, I get a free torpedo. There you go. I get a free torpedo. Weapon emitter overdrive, and of course I'm gonna put the sound Lockbox that you have to get from the Cardassian Intel flight deck carrier. I just bought the pack because I just wanted it. I want every ship in the game. I want it. I want everything. Damn it. That you get from the Gagarin Miracle Worker Battlecruiser. Sexy ship. Not my type for the fact it's a battlecruiser. It could be a Sam's type because he loves battlecruisers. I think. I don't know if I don't know what type of ship he likes in Star Trek Online. Normally his flagship is an Odyssey class starship, the USS Hood. But, hey. Weapon emitter overdrive from Emerald Chain Juggernaut. That's from the Vodwar Miracle Worker Juggernaut. The Vodwar Juggernaut was my event prize ship for this year. Of course, you may wonder if I got the ship. I got the ship as a prize last year. I was extremely disappointed. I wanted to cry because I didn't get the Valkyries. Yeah, but over time, I decided to say, fuck it, we ball. But this, it works. It does some critical chance, does some accuracy. That's about it. Terran Goodbye from the Mirror Warship. This thing's a monster. It stacks up to 3 times, does some crit chance, some accuracy rating for 20 seconds, which 20 seconds is a long time. And my favorite, the Gravitic Entanglement from the Terran Acheron Dreadnought carrier, which is my flagship of the series. This does some kinetic damage. It's a mini gravity well every time you activate a scatter volley, which of course my main build is scatter volley anyway. So does some kinetic damage. Blah blah blah. Every time they're pulled in together, they do 2,000 kinetic damage. And of course, if they're far away, it pulls them closer. It's basically like saying you're trying to force two lovers to.
Universe ships is coming through. We need to keep their
Shut up.
Down.
But anyway, it's like saying you're trying to pull two lovers together who don't like each other, and mwah, chef's kiss. So anyway, I'm gonna show you some of these abilities, and of course, hopefully, I don't really take up too much of your time, which, hehe. Of course, we're gonna do run an ISC. The reason why I picked the Badlands because sector space, my ship is too loud. It's too loud. I put on some music. Oh, this is not the right place. I put on some music to mute the engine noise. But of course I need the theme, but you know, the engine noise. So we're gonna run an ISC real quick. And of course while we're at it here, some specializations to help my ship survive a lot. Miracle Worker and Strategist. Strategist is shield generation. Miracle Worker's hull regeneration. I'm invincible. What gives? Of course, I would recommend Temporal Operative if you want increased damage and more strength, and Intelligence Officer as secondary if you really want to put somebody in their place. And that's for PvP in my case. Actually, I take that back. If it's a PvP and you like doing some PvP shit, I recommend Intel and Constable. Because, of course, you want that man dead. Don't you? You want him dead. So, if you want him dead, nothing's really stopping you. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do an ISE. Yeah, I know, shut up. Yeah, I think me and Asami ran a couple ISEs, and we're both tired of hearing him talk over and over and over again. Like, I'm not sure if... I'm not sure if Assam is the type of person who would literally smash his TV due to the fact that he's tired of hearing him, but I am the type of person who would do that. I would do that. And I would not hesitate, not one bit. Oh, and also, you get these things for having a temporal ship. Of course, support configuration, defensive configuration. This is just for exotic damage. This is just to help your ship stay alive, and this is to just help your ship turn more if it's a big, fat, chunky shit like this. And
capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
And also, you get molecular deconstruction beam. Doesn't really do much since I have this thing, so it does a lot. If you have a temporal ship, it does less. And also, I get the Gravitic Lance from this ship. It does some 33 radiation damage for the first 2 shots. For example, watch this. Wait, what? Okay, so I guess it didn't do that. Normally it's normally supposed to fire on, it's supposed to fire, but you know, the thing likes to misbehave. But yeah, it does some DPS. There we go. And also, if you guys want to know what the graviton displacer can do, it can do this. Now, isn't that fun?
Probe is closing in on the trench. Destroy it.
That is fun, and he is far away.
Probe is closing in on the trench. Destroy it.
Black Air Force energy, I would actually put on the Section 31 skin for that. But you know, I love green. I don't think he knows I love green. Alright, so this is the part where I do a butthurt amount of damage to the point where I get destroyed. Not gonna happen. We're gonna use this thing again. Damn, I'm out of shit to use. Ain't that a bitch? Okay, I say this ISU was not bad. I mean,
Confirm that the trench.
I say it wasn't bad. I mean, my ship took some damage, but I'll be fine. Well, I guess it was at 50%, and I said, oh, fuck no to that. But other than that, of course, I didn't have to use the Lucari console, which is a massive heal buff, and I don't like using heals. That's disgusting. Many people be like, oh, why don't you use a heal? No, I don't like using heals. I like staying alive. Which is why these two traits are good. They help me stay alive a hell of a lot longer. Now, in case you're probably wondering what the deflector and warp core is for, this helps protect me from torp damage, which, of course, I upgraded it, I believe, some weeks ago. I upgraded some weeks ago, which is pretty cool. And the warp core, it's just there because I want it to exist. And it exists because of the two-piece set, which it does 120% hull regeneration, which is a massive tank buff. And yeah, most people really know that. They just don't really, they pretty much just want to put more weapons power into their ship without even actually, you know, without actually taking care of their ship. Know what I'm saying? Of course, if the only reason why I don't really put it on there on my Defiant, which I got some, I guess I got it some months ago, not some months ago, I got it a month ago. I tested it with a Sam, and I tested it with a Samsama, excuse my language, because that's what I call him, a Samsama. I tested it with him, and we did so damn horrible. We wanted to die because we tested it on our new ships and we couldn't really take it anymore. Like, I wanted to quit, he wanted to quit. We just wanted to be like, man, screw this crap. Let's just leave. Like how we did with ESD, because I believe with ESD we couldn't handle so much Terrans. We couldn't. Like, it was so much freaking Terrans that, like, they kept using site-to-site transport and they were surrounding us, and we're like, god damn it, how the hell are we gonna do this crap? It's too much. But yeah, this ship can't really break records as far as like I believe the Vodwar Juggernaut or the other ships, if I'm not mistaken. There are other powerful ships in the game, such as the Mirror Warship, but The ship does a decent amount of damage. As long as it can kill, I don't give a damn. And in my case, I forgot to use recursive shearing 3 to show you guys how much butthurt amount of damage that board cube can take. Yeah. Which is why we're gonna go again. Trust me, I believe there is one more TFO that I can use. It's a repeated one. Like, I can repeat it as many times as I want to, but this is pretty much the final test because I forgot to use recursive shearing, which does a butthurt amount of damage, and it's pretty overpowered.
Are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
So, you see that thing right there? That thing is going to become my bitch today. Excuse me for the occurrence of the F words, the B word, the C word, but yeah. This thing's gonna be my bitch today. See? There you go. We're gonna go and settle with these two. There you go. It can one-shot someone now. We're just gonna appear in the back and we're just gonna shoot him from there. And now we'll use recursive shearing on this guy. And also that thing. And this thing. And this thing. This thing. This thing. This thing. This thing. Then this thing. And this thing.
Disarm your weapons. You will escort us to your home. Your defense.
Thank God you'd shut up. Anyway, but, yeah, so this is an event TFO, so it'll probably go away once the new update is there. Wow, that is a big head. Yeah, so I believe that is about it. That is it for this series. I believe I will be doing more ground stuff because, of course, I pursue ground DPS like a frick ton a lot. So, of course, this is just the space stuff. If you wanna actually know more about like space stuff, I recommend you go to Stu1701 or actually, yeah, Stu or Augie or MC Stu, and those are the big three guys, of course, who would do some DPS and stuff like that. But I believe that is it for the series of space in general, because of course I don't like ouch. I do not like space. I pretty much am a ground DPSer. And of course I'll be doing more ground DPS videos. Many people don't really do them, so I'll be the first to do them. And that's pretty good for me. It's a good opportunity and it helps. So with further ado, I believe that is it for the specialization series. I can't read, talk, or spell. I pretty much feel like I'm a disabled person. But, yeah, that's just me. Alright, so I will see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.